Hello everybody, I'm Nire and I'm so incredibly happy to welcome you to day 7 of Bookmas. So in today's video, we're going to be sitting down together and we're going to be chatting about all the 12 books that I would like to read during 2026. Usually people do like 24 books for 2024 and then 25 books for 2025. And I'm guessing that this year we're going to be seeing a lot of 26 books that I would like to read during 2026. However, if I put 26 books that I would like to read in 2026, I will not be reading them all. That is the truth. That is the truth and I am okay with it. And so instead I decided that I was going to do 12 books for 2026. And to reach this goal, what I was thinking is that I was going to make a TBR jar where I put all 12 of the books that I'm going to be talking about here in a minute. And every single month when I sit down with you guys to pick my monthly TBR, we can take a book out of the jar and we can add it to the TBR for that month in order to be able to read the whole 12 books by the end of the year. I think it's a really fun idea because not only is I think a little bit more manageable and a little bit more reachable of a goal for me, but also it implements another step in choosing my TBRs, which I always love. I absolutely just love choosing my TBRs with games or with like prompts or whatever. I just think that is so fun. So it definitely adds another level of excitement into my TBR videos. So with that being said, let's go ahead and go straight into the books that I would like to read in 2026. We have a little bit of everything in this list. We have some fantasy, we have some romance, we have some horror, we have some thrillers. I think we even have some general fiction. So we have a little bit of everything. So the first book that I would like to read during 2026 is The Will of the Many by James Islington. I have seen nothing but amazing things about this book, especially people that have very similar reading tastes to me have given this book like 4 and 5 stars. This is a 5-star prediction for me. Like I think I'm really gonna enjoy this book. From my understanding, this book is about a character who is infiltrating an academy to try and like discover some secrets, and the book takes place in a world where the people have some kind of power called will, and whenever they graduate the academy that our main character is infiltrating, they go through like this ritual that takes away their will and gives that to like a higher power, I'm guessing like gods or something. And our main character not only wants to figure out the secrets of the academy, but also is very intent on not giving away his will. I feel like this is going to be one of those books that I just can never stop talking about, that I would just recommend over and over again. I just have a feeling that I'm really gonna enjoy this book for some reason. So I am just super excited to read this. If you've read this and you've liked it, please let me know in the comments down below. Next up, I'm going to be talking about a book that I have talked about multiple times on my channel, and I have put on some TBRs, but I have just not picked it up, and I just cannot believe I have not, because I absolutely love the author. She's on my top 3 author list. Like I love her so much, so I cannot believe that I just have not picked this up, especially when this book came out in September, and that is Katabasis by Eric Kwong. How many times have I put this book on a TBR? How many times have I talked about it? How many times I've said that I want to read it and I just don't pick it up? I feel like the premise of this book is very fun and intriguing. I feel like it definitely has a little bit of a mix of dark academia and like more humorous comedic side of things. I don't know. I just feel like it's going to be such a great experience overall, no matter what actually the book is about and what route it takes. I feel like I'm just going to absolutely love it because I love all of her books. Like I'm not kidding you. I have not given one of her books lower than 4 stars. Like every single one of her books is either 4 or 5 stars for me. And I believe that Katabasis is the last book that I have to read from her, at least from the ones that she has published. So I believe that in this book we follow 2 university students whose professor recently passed away, and because they both want a letter of recommendation from this professor, they decide to travel down to hell to try and find him so that he can give them a recommendation letter. I'm pretty sure that is the basic premise of this book, which don't tell me that is not one crazy premise. This is most definitely a 5-star prediction for me. I just feel like it's going to be such a fun time and I cannot wait to read this. So yes, this is definitely a book that I would like to read during 2026. The third book that I would like to read in 2026 is Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan. This is a second chance romance, which is usually not something that I gravitate towards. I feel like most of the time if a couple is broken up, there's a good reason for it, right? There's a good reason why they're not together anymore. And usually with the books that I read, that is the case. However, for some reason, I just have a feeling that I'm really going to be enjoying this book. Like I've heard phenomenal things about Kennedy Ryan and I just want to read it. I want to see for myself if I really enjoy this author or not. I have a feeling that I will though. I have a feeling that I really will enjoy this. I know that this author has so many other books that people just rave about. So if I really enjoyed this one, I'm going to be reading all of her backlist. And another book that I would like to read during 2026 is Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. This is a sci-fi book and I believe it is about a scientist who invented some kind of dream technology where you can go in and dream about your perfect life, and he decides to test that technology on himself. So in his dream he has like this whole family, he has a wife and he has kids, and then one day they just unplugged the machine and he comes back to reality, but he feels like this dread inside him because he felt like that life that he was living while he was dreaming with this technology machine thing was actually real, and he misses his wife, he misses his children. I feel like this is going to be very interesting and it's going to be very thought-provoking. This is actually a newer addition to my TBR, but I really do want to read it very soon because I am just so intrigued by the premise. Next up, we have When the Wolf Comes Home by Nat Cassidy. I have never read a book by Nat Cassidy before, but I've heard great things about this book and I've been so intrigued by it. And it is another book that is a newer addition to my TBR. However, I am just really wanting to pick it up because every single reading blog that I watch and every single review that I see, it's just people just absolutely loving this book. And I'm just so intrigued in it and I really want to read it and I want to see why everybody's so obsessed with it. So in this book, we have a main character who is walking at night. While she's walking, she finds this little boy who looks injured and scared. So she takes him back to his house. And when she does, she has like a violent interaction with his dad. And so they decide to run away together. And I think that is what this book is about. I'm not 100% sure because I usually tend to go into my books pretty blind. All right, so next I would like to read Stifle of Elephants by Sybil Campbell. This is a book that I actually found while watching reading vlogs and I immediately was intrigued by the premise. So this book takes place in a world where one day all the white people just went to the nearest body of water and just drowned basically. And we follow a black man who was incarcerated, but because of this recent change in society, he was let out of prison. So now he's going to finally be able to get to know his daughter, who is mixed. She is half white and half black. However, she grew up with her white family, so she's grieving the side of her family who just one day just walked into a body of water and just was never seen again. And she's also trying to figure out her relationship with her dad, and he's trying to figure out his relationship with her. I feel like it's definitely going to be a very emotional and thought-provoking book. It is definitely a very unique premise, and I'm just really curious. I'm really curious to see how the author develops this story, how the world looks like after the event. So it is a book that I really want to prioritize during 2026. Next up, we have yet another romance, and that is Delilah Green Doesn't Care by Ashley Herring Blake. This is another book that I've been wanting to read for forever. It's been on my TBR for years now and I just have not read it. I love myself a good queer romance, especially a good sapphic romance. So tell me why I have not read this one, because this was very popular on TikTok and on BookTok for some time and I just saw it everywhere and I was really excited to read it and I got it and I just did not ever pick it up. So in this book we follow Delilah Green, whose stepsister is getting married, and so she is going to be the photographer for her wedding, and during that wedding she starts to have feelings for her stepsister's best friend, and I just feel like I'm really gonna enjoy this. I feel like this is gonna be a very fun romance that I'm just gonna really enjoy. I really just need to get to it. It's been on my TBR for way too long. I just need to read it. And with that, we move on to yet another romance, Face Off by Chelsea Curto. This is a hockey romance book, but not any hockey romance book. In this one, our female main character is part of an NHL team with other guys, which is so exciting. I believe this is an enemies to lovers, and I just feel like her being part of the team is just gonna add yet another level of like banter and excitement into the book. I know that I'm gonna eat this book up, okay? I know it. Next up, we have In the Life of Puppets by TJ Klune. TJ Klune is one of my favorite authors of all time. He's definitely there on my top 3 with R.F. Kuang. Like I said many times, found family is just one of my favorite tropes, and TJ Klune does it so well. I'm always so emotional while reading his books. I really need to just sit down and really immerse myself in one of his books and take in all of the found family and all of the love that you always like see in his books. Next up, I would like to read A Man Called Ove, or Ovi, I don't know how you actually say that name, by Fredrik Backman. The only thing I know about this book is 1, that everybody's obsessed with it, everybody that reads it loves it, and 2, that it is about a grumpy old man, and for some reason it's just also giving me found family vibes, and I feel like I'm really gonna enjoy it because of it. It's a book that again I've been wanting to read for a long time. I've heard nothing but great things about it, and I have it on my TBR and I just have not picked it up, and I feel like I really need to. So it is gonna be part of my 12 in 2026 to hopefully make me read it and see what I think about it. I have read Fredrik Backman books before. I only read a novella from him. Actually I am lying. I have read a full-length novel by him. I don't remember now the name of the book, so I'm gonna put it somewhere on the screen. I enjoyed it, but I didn't love it, so I don't know if I'm gonna really love this one, but I think it does have the found family trope, so I'm guessing that I'm gonna like it for that reason. So we'll see. All right, so I actually only mentioned 11 books in the main video, so I just wanted to really quickly let you know that book number 11 is Red Rising by Pierce Brown. All right, back to the video. And then finally we have our last book, and that is Lock Every Door by Riley Sager. I recently read my first Riley Sager book, I want to say during the month of October, and I really did enjoy this book. I gave it a 4 stars and I had a great time with it. I thought that it was a really great thriller, and I'm really excited for this one because I've heard great things about it and the premise sounds so creepy and so exciting. So in this book, we have our main character who is currently kind of like house sitting an apartment, I think. I don't remember if she's renting an apartment or she's just like house sitting, but the apartment that she's in, it is something that is, you know, very high class. However, there's like some rules that she has to follow. Like she cannot go out at night. She has to stay in the apartment overnight. Like she cannot stay over to sleep at anybody else's house. She has to sleep in the apartment. Stuff like that. There's like some weird rules, but she feels that she can follow them in order to stay in this like penthouse that she's staying at. And she starts getting to know the neighbors, and then a neighbor disappears. It sounds interesting. I'm sure that it's gonna be some sort of crazy plot. All right, so those were all the 12 books that I would like to read during 2026. Let me know in the comments, what books are you most excited to read during this next year? If you like this video, don't forget to leave a thumbs up, and also if you have not done so already, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you all in my next video.